All right, let's talk about the Game Awards and not the awards part, all right? We already went over that. It's probably going to be an Expedition 33 sweep. Let's talk about what actually could get announced, and that will actually make us very happy. Now, I'm not going to bet gift subs on this. I don't know if my wallet could handle me betting hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of gift subs, but I do want to talk about at least what we could see and what would at least make us happy. What would make you happy, penguins? I know it would make me very happy. Kingdom Hearts 4 is so fucking back, bitch. How much do we think this is gonna happen? Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't think we're seeing it here. I would love to be wrong, but here's the problem. Nomura is knee deep in the middle of Remake Part 3 development, and Nomura is Kingdom Hearts. He is Light, all right? Nomura is Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts is Light, so Nomura is Light. That is just logic. I think the reason why this is happening, I think the reason why Kingdom Hearts 4 is taking so long, right? Other than the fact that Nomura is just terrible at fucking planning projects, because he's just notorious for that. But it's also because, and the reason that is because a lot of times he involves himself in so many different projects that he just can't handle all of it. So I think, honestly, we're probably not going to get until after Remake Part 3, personally. That said, though, Square Enix has also been in the middle of a massive restructuring. They canceled a shit ton of projects, right? And I think that is done in order to focus on their big projects, their big IPs, right? So it's possible that in that shifting of projects, you know, in order to relegate people to work on their bigger stuff, maybe they were able to get more people to work on Kingdom Hearts 4, and we actually got some significant progress here in the last 6+ months, where the last thing we got was a few screenshots that, honestly, even looking at those screenshots, I go, man, this game definitely ain't done yet. they're also in relatively low res. I was like, damn, this game ain't done yet. Like, it looks good, and then you look at the backgrounds, you're like, shit, okay, yeah. Mickey standing in a library all hunched over like he's fucking Batman. I still think it's too early. There have been rumors that Kingdom Hearts 4's release window is meant to be 2026. Like, there have been rumors and discussions about that. I would love if that were true. If that is the case, legit, if it is truly the case that Kingdom Hearts 4 is actually going to release in 2026, then it almost has to be here. This would be the time to do it, right? This would be the time for its epic magical return. But if it doesn't show up here, then I really don't think it's going to release next year. I don't. Yeah, like maybe Summer Games Fest would show up there and then it would show up 6 months later. I don't think so, dude. I think they're going to tease this game for a while. Just like as they teased Kingdom Hearts 3 for like 6 years. So if it did, it would be mad late 2026. But even then, I think it almost needs to show up here, because this would be the time. This would be the fucking time for it to show up. Do I think it will? I do not, unfortunately. All right. I mean, hey, the good news is I was wrong about Sora being in Smash Brothers, so I would love to be epically wrong about this, but I don't know if I am. I sort of feel like I'm not. I would prefer to go in thinking this Kingdom Hearts 4 glass is half empty and not be disappointed when it's not there, than go in thinking, yeah, baby, give me that sweet ass copium. This one I am definitely on the I don't think so, but maybe? What else do we got? Aside from the other most obvious thing that I would like to say, I'll save for the end. What else do we have that we think would be really exciting? Oh, that's a good one. Half-Life 3 is real. So there have been discussions that the Steam box that's coming out, the new Steam box system, which apparently, according to the discussions, is not being priced as a console, but as a PC, which kind of destroys most of the hype around it, which means that it's going to be probably like $1,000+ and only for the most hardcore of people. But they did say that it's potentially going to have like an exclusive game, and that is actually Half-Life 3. Gabe did it. He fucking went to Half-Life 3's like open grave and fucking just went in there and just started digging. Reached down for that skeleton, pull that shit out. Ah! Ah! He did it. It's finally back. That would be cool. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, I kind of think that this could be real. Could be legit. I think this could be legit because honestly, this is what, as much as we hate console exclusivity, this is what sells things. And to be fair, this wouldn't even be necessarily exclusive to this fucking box. It would be on Steam. Anyone with a Steam account will be able to play it, right? And to be honest, the whole purpose of this Steam box GameCube is basically to get more people to use Steam because Valve just doesn't have enough money, man. I'm sorry. We need more money. We need more. Even if the fucking, like, you know, the system ends up being like $1,000+ people like me and that just have a PC and have a Steam account with 1 billion games, this sure shit is still gonna bring a fucking ton of people out of the woodwork, right? All the people that have been complaining about Half-Life 3 not existing, like, that's like me back in fucking the mid 2010s just praying to God that FF7 is gonna get a remake, you know? Like, oh God, they come out into the light and they're like, oh, it burns, and then floats down. Gabe Newell floats down from the sky with Half-Life 3 in his hand. He's like, here you go, child. I waited so long, sweet sustenance. Lick the box. It would be a smart move if they actually did this. This would be probably the smartest thing they could possibly do. Okay, what else do we got? Oh, yeah, when people said this. Persona 6. No. That's all I'm gonna say. Is it gonna? No. No, it's not gonna be there, assholes. Shut up. I don't even want to think about it, okay? I don't even want to think about it. Let's not even kid ourselves. Let's not pretend. No, it's just not. Why? Because Persona 4 remake revival. Fuck. I'll be honest. I don't know why I feel like it's not going to be here. This game needs to exist before we get Persona 6, by the way. That's the reason that's just not going to happen. But here's the thing. It was clear on that teaser that this game was mad early in production, right? Because all we got was a teaser of long-ass Yu Narukami running down the street, and that's all you got. So I think it's too early, man. I think it's too fucking early, unfortunately. I think the next time we hear about this game literally is going to be at Summer Games Fest. I think that's when we could hear about it again. But I don't know if we're going to get any more information about this. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh yeah. Did you guys remember that there was an Elder Scrolls game announced like fucking 8 years ago or something? You guys remember that? You guys remember when Todd came out in his tight ass jeans and was like, hey bitches, check out this epic logo 8 billion years ago? Yeah, Elder Scrolls. It was actually Elder Scrolls 6, right? Now that what was this other game called again? I've already forgotten. It's not Star Citizen. It was fucking Starfield. Yeah. Starfield is out and bored people to death. I actually, funny enough, could almost think that this could happen. I weirdly could happen. The thing was, yes, this game was announced so fucking long ago that most people don't even remember it existed. But I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen when it happens, right? It's like that, right? I don't think this was like silently canceled like a Beyond Good and Evil 2, right? Like that's just definitely never coming out. But Elder Scrolls 6, it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen when it fucking happens. I do almost feel like it's been enough time and they are kind of done with Starfield that they could potentially tease this again. I almost think this shit could come back in some fucking way. Do I really care at this point though? Not really. I've sort of fallen off like with Elder Scrolls a bit. I was into Skyrim. I enjoyed Oblivion. I've enjoyed some of the Fallout games, but I don't know. I think in this day and age, I'm sort of getting tired of Todd and his shenanigans of releasing games in a broken state and then having it like the fan base and basically fix it for him. And I didn't even try Starfield. I heard nothing but meh things about it, that it was basically just like, God, this game is dull. Like, apparently the game was so dull that the modders didn't give a fuck about modding and fixing things in that game. Like, people just were like I just don't even care, man. I don't fucking give a shit. So I don't know. And the problem too is I don't actually, do I think that's ever going to change with Bethesda and these games? I actually don't. I legit think that will never change. I think every single one of these games is always going to be like this, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Would this still be this would still be a big deal if we actually got more information, we saw like something, then that would be a big deal. But I actually, and like I said, I actually think this could happen. I don't know. I think that there is like a chance. I think this will happen eventually. I don't think this was like quietly canceled. I think it's an inevitability of, but when? And this would be like, Jeff would be more than happy to show off shit like this. Ah, yes, that's a good one. Okami. The new Okami with the new Clover Studio, back from the Demon Dead. Okami is back on the team. He's working on a brand new Okami game. Are we gonna be seeing that here? Hell no! It's not happening. It is not happening. Unfortunately, it is hella fucking early. And guess the fuck what? Capcom already has an absolutely packed next year, all right? We've already got 3 fucking games that are coming out next year, with Resident Evil 9, with Pragmata, and with the new Onimusha game. We're not seeing anything yet, man. I'm sorry to say. I would love to be wrong. But I think it was pretty clear that teaser we got was like, bro, we are starting work on this. Yeah, this game's hella early. I think, you know when I think we could see a teaser for this? Next Game Awards. Not this one. The next Game Awards. I will be profoundly shocked. Because here's the other thing too. I think it would be I actually don't know if I want this right now, because there's already so much going on with Capcom. It would actually like start to be too much like of these like huge games. And I think this game needs to be able to like sit on its own, right? It needs to be able to stand on its own. Not to mention also there's gonna be more Monster Hunter updates and things like that. So I want this game to get a good amount of focus, because Okami I think it sold pretty good. I don't know if it was like a massive gangbuster game for Capcom, but it's a great game. It's beautiful. I have my issues with it. The OG was unfortunately had a terrible recycled content syndrome. You fight some bosses like 3 fucking times, the same exact boss. It didn't need to be as long as it needed to be, but it's still a super fun game. It's very much like a Zelda-like. I don't think we're gonna see it here. I think the earliest you will see this game is next year's Game Awards. I guess along the same lines, what about RE9 stuff? God, I hope so. I'm saying this, and I don't mean I need to see more like of Grace and her being scared of things. No. There's a problem with RE9's. I feel like there's been a slight problem with RE9's advertising. They are cock and ball teasing us way too fucking much, right? Just way too much. Because everyone sort of feels like there's more to this game than they're letting on, but they're taking way too long to get there. And I think that the reason they are was that they were like, all right, we're going to set up the big reveal that Leon Kennedy is back in the game with a beard or something. And he's like on the cover of the box with Grace. And that's like the other half of this game. That's been rumored and talked about for so long. Somebody is returning, you know? Was it her? Is it him? Is it fucking Ada? Is it fucking any one of the other shits? Is it Chris? Chris is back. Somebody's back. And it's like the other half of this game, potentially. Because everything up till now is basically just feeling like, all right, it's like a big spooky RE9 Resident Evil game with Grace, and that's about it. And maybe she'll get a bit stronger and learn how to use a gun and everything, and that's cool. But it feels almost like weirdly straightforward for a game that was initially touted. Like RE9 was like talked about as like there was this big like epic game for Resident Evil, right? Like they sort of announced it as something that was meant to be like an homage to the series in general, and it feels very kind of like just feels sort of basic, I guess, you know? which is, I feel like it's sort of mean because it's not like I wasn't impressed by it. It's beautiful and it has a great ambience. I played the demo and it was like the first person demo, or you play third person where it was like spooky and I was running away from the chick, and that was great. But I feel like we've just seen so little of actual gameplay of this outside of that segment. Some of the other ones were like, we got a cutscene where Grace with her mom and she like runs away, and then we get like a jump cut, and then it just like ends, and you're like, what the hell was the point of that? Like, it literally feels like they just keep teasing us with something. So I really hope that, for me, I actually hope that they show something big. I don't even, is it Leon? I don't know, man. Something that gets people like fucking genuinely excited, because I think the general like feeling around RE9 is kind of lukewarm because of this like cock and ball teasing they've been doing. I think this was a little bit of a miscalculation, that they just teased a little too hard, right? It happens, all right? Sometimes you'll have a plan in your head and be like, this is gonna work out great, and then it like comes out and you're like, when advertising or trying to promote something, right? And then you do it and you realize, fuck me, there's a lot of time in between these moments, right? And I think that's kind of what's going on here. Or the other possibility really is that it is exactly what it looks like and nothing more. And people are just reading too much and hoping for too much. But I'm still a firm believer that I think something's I do think they will show it here, and I think it will be a big reveal. I literally think they waited for the Game Awards for this instead of like one of their own events or a state of play or anything. So I hope so. And in regards to like Onimusha and Pragmata, honestly, like, I almost don't know if I need to see anymore. I'm excited about Onimusha and Pragmata. Onimusha was very fun to play, and Pragmata had an amazing gameplay loop. But I think it's almost like I just kind of want to play him now, you know? And it's funny enough, I think they're not coming out for, I think, till after RE9 too. It was just so weird. It's like, isn't it weird? Like, I almost feel like I don't need to see anymore for Onimusha and Pragmata. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah, just like release the game. The game's like, we don't even know when those games are coming out next year, but it's likely going to be after this game. But this game, I feel like I do need to see more on. Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that fucking weird? I do hope that they release it. I really hope, and I think Capcom will. I really hope that Capcom releases a demo for everybody to play for Pragmata. That game is a game people need to try themselves, right? To feel how good it feels and how fucking enjoyable it is. Because you can watch it and be like, oh, it's kind of interesting and neat, but like, it's only when you really play it that you go like, oh shit, this is actually kind of badass. And Onimusha looks amazing. It's probably arguably the prettiest fucking Capcom game ever. I think that game will sell just from how good it looks too. But it's also very fun. Silent Hill 1 remake? Oh yeah, that actually that was a rumor. Silent Hill remake. That has been something that has been talked about. Konami has been talking about potential things of like Silent Hill getting a remake. Maybe we'll get another remake of one of the Metal Gear games. Maybe we get a Metal Gear 1 that's not Twin Snakes. That'd be cool. We did just get Silent Hill F though. It would have had to have been in development for a while at this point, but I think it's still too early. I still think it's too early for that, you know? Ooh, I like where your head's at there. I like where your head's at. How about a Metal Gear Collection Part 2? Ooh, bitch. Metal Gear 4 finally is released from its prison. I don't even like Metal Gear 4 that much. I mean, I like parts of it. But I don't love a lot of the story of that game, to be honest. But damn, dude, that game has been trapped on that system for too goddamn long. I think it could. I think it definitely could be. It definitely fucking could show up here. That would be a big deal, by the way. Like legit, that's actually a way bigger deal than even the Metal Gear Collection Part 1. Because a lot of those games that we got in the Part 1 had already been re-released in some fashion. Except for like maybe Metal Gear Solid 1, but even that I think had a PC version, like that you get off like GOG. We'd already had like return versions of those in some way. Metal Gear Collection 2, assuming that it has MGS4, it has to, right? And I don't mean like, oh yes, thank God, guys, Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2, let's go. It has to have MGS4, stupid. Like, it has to be there. I feel like it could show up here. That would be, because just this game by itself would be a big fucking deal. It would be a big fucking deal. It could actually have Metal Gear Acid. I'm not even joking. It could have like Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2. Some of the weird ones. It could have Peace Walker. What other ones? Portable. Oh, it could have Portable Ops. Maybe. Yeah. Like in some of the weird ones, you know? I think it'd be kind of neat. That'd be kind of neat. But mainly, this would be the MGS4 game. It's finally back. Huzzah. It could show up here. Oh, that's actually true. I forgot about this. Actually, it probably won't. I just realized. Jeff doesn't want Konami there. Unless things have changed. And it's actually why even this maybe wouldn't show up. The thing is, Jeff loves Kojima. He is kind of married to Kojima. You might even say they are lovers off screen, but there's no evidence of that. Wink. I mean, I saw them at Summer Games Fest and they were loving each other, all right? They were putting their arms around each other and making out. It was awesome. The problem is that Kojima left Konami in not a great state. While Konami has definitely now gone back to we actually like making games again, I don't know. Jeff kind of like publicly called out Konami like a while back about this whole thing. I don't know if Konami is cool with that, and they might still be pissed about that. I don't know if, and even then, would Jeff want to showcase a Metal Gear something without Kojima's influence, right? Because that's what this would be. And I almost think as a friend to Kojima, he probably wouldn't actually. It's not even just like imagine he literally is like, he loves Kojima. They're like best friends. Would you actually want to do that? Would you be like, hey, my friend here. All right, well, they're basically making a collection of the games that you made without your name on it or anything, right? I mean, granted, his name will still be in there, but not for making the collection. I don't know. Probably won't actually. I think the more I think about this, it would actually not be likely. I think this will happen eventually, but I probably wouldn't be announced here. When I realized that, I was like, yeah, you know what? That actually sort of makes sense. Dust Bloods. Probably not. Why? Because that is a Nintendo-only game, and they don't need Jeff. That's right. This is a Switch 2 only extraction multiplayer game. It's set in a setting that is very similar to Bloodborne. I kind of don't think we'll see that here. I don't think we're gonna necessarily get. Nintendo just never really uses Jeff's platform for most of their stuff to showcase, because they just, to be honest, they're like, we don't need you. So I would love it if they did, but I don't think they will. And that goes for pretty much anything new Nintendo wise. You know what I think we could see here? Actually, this game that we all forgot existed. Is that what it's called? Heretic? Or is that, no, was that it's Naughty Dog's game. So is that what it's called? It was something the something Heretic. Intergalactic, that's right. Which did actually get shown off at last year's Game Awards. And we've heard nothing about it since then. More? Very possible. That feels like that could happen. Yeah, Heretic Prophet. I kind of actually think we could see that here. I think that Jeff would want to show more of that. Does that mean, do I think it would actually release in 2026? Probably not. I'd say that this probably, if it's going to show up, it'll be like a 2027 game. Am I that excited about it? No. I need to see more of the actual game. I need to actually see the game before I can decide if I'm excited about it. Unfortunately, Naughty Dog has sort of gotten to the place here where just having it be a Naughty Dog game doesn't really do much for me anymore. I enjoy the Charted games. To me, I like peak Naughty Dog was the Jak and Daxter Crash Bandicoot days. But I enjoyed Uncharted, and I enjoyed parts of The Last of Us, but I'd say Last of Us was personally like my least favorite of the things they've done, you know? Not that they're bad games, obviously, but I had my problems with both 1 and 2. So, like, I can't say I'm necessarily immediately like, yeah, let's go. Not to mention how much they milked the shit out of The Last of Us, you know, with like the ports and the remakes and whatever. So, I say I just kind of got to wait and see before I get really excited about this, you know? Oh, man. Dude, I fucking... Virtual Fighter 6. Something? Anything? Come on! So VF6 got like announced a year ago, and they have shown so little of this game. This is probably the prime example of, oh man, oh God, oh Lord, did you show this game way too fucking early. They showed the proof of concept, which is not something you generally see for a lot of these games. They showed the original, like not actual gameplay. This is our idea of what the game could look like. right? As one of like the promotional things for the game at the start. And then they finally showed like a match that was about 30 seconds, but also was not necessarily a real match, you know? And it still looked very early. And then when they promised they were going to talk about it more, they basically took that same footage and just broke it down. And it was like, oh my God. Like this game's just not, this game's not a real game yet. I genuinely hope it shows something here. That's something to make it into a real game. Because it really feels like we have been mega drip fed for this last year. Like, too early. This game was like Kingdom Hearts 4. We showed it way too early. We should have waited. We should have just sat on it and waited. But we showed it way too fucking early. So I would love if we saw something here. And you know what? Along those same lines, what about all those other fucking games like Jet Set, Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe? They still alive? I hope so. I think so. Shinobi is the only game that has actually released and been shown off since that event. We haven't heard anything about the Crazy Taxi game. We haven't heard anything about Golden Axe. We haven't heard anything about Jet Set Radio. So now that Shinobi is out, it gives me hope that, all right, Sega, one of these games is going to be your next focus, right? Maybe all three. Who knows? Out of the ones here that I'm curious to see, it's definitely these two. To see the return to these, right? Because the thing is, we already got technically a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. And it was really good. As someone who never played the original Jet Set Radio, I was pretty impressed by it. And the people who I knew who are Jet Set Radio fanatics really enjoyed it too. So I'm curious to see how they can capture the magic of, will they be able to capture that same magic? Will they be able to get lightning in a bottle again? And also I'm curious about how the hell Crazy Taxi functions in the modern day. Like, do they do some twists? Is it just going to be an arcade thing and nothing more? Could they make it a roguelite? How can we make anything a roguelite? I don't know. And Golden Axe has always been just kind of a goofy little multiplayer thing. I almost think we're maybe more likely to see this one come out because this one probably is going to be relatively straightforward. But any of these games that got announced, I think would be exciting. Will we see something here? I don't know, man. I don't know. Sega, I think, is sort of like, aside from some of the Yakuza stuff, their other divisions are we're not exactly seeing a lot for next year. So I think it's possible. I'm going to give these a possible. Yeah. This for sure. Tekken Season 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. Absolutely. The reason why I say absolutely is because Miari Zo, I think that's her name. Yeah, the final character for season 2 is releasing a few days before Jeff's show on December 11th. I genuinely think that we are going to see something from the next season, and I think it's going to be something exciting. I do. I don't think it's going to be just necessarily, hey, here is fucking a returning Tekken character. Fucking Gon is back. I mean, Tekken Gon's a third party as well. The other Law is back, or fucking some other dude's back. I think that this might actually be like a big third party character, a big guest character. And the reason I say that is because this whole season didn't actually have that. Season 2 of Tekken was, aside from even the balance stuff that made a lot of people really upset, season 2 really just kind of stuck to the OGs, returning folks, and a brand new character, which was Miari Zo. So I feel like season 3, right now, the team is definitely in we got to get people back mode. And if they really want to get people back, they got to show something really good for Tekken season 3. And I think they want Miari Zo to come out so they can show who the next person is going to be. It may not like be shadow dropped or anything, but I think they're going to at least tease like a big guest character coming back. Who's it going to be? I have no idea, dude. Maybe Akuma is going to come back. That would probably be the simplest thing to do if they wanted to get a quick turnaround, because they already have a base version of him in Tekken 7. That would get people back, probably. It would piss a lot of people off, but you get like Street Fighter 6 Akuma, it could happen. I would love to see, Kiryu? Do I think Kiryu would show up in Tekken? I don't. I think Kiryu is actually probably going to show up in the new Virtual Fighter. I kind of think that like, I would have said before that it's possible, but at this point, I don't know if that happened. I don't know. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, we had really weird ones. Like, we had Negan show up in Tekken 7, you know? So it could be something, like, really out there. I don't, unfortunately, think it's going to be Tifa as much as everybody wants that. And I do, too. Because we got Clive, and I think that's kind of, like, the Final Fantasy character. You know what I actually think could happen, though? If it's too early for them to show off the next character or the guest character, which I really think they should do this. This is a big fucking venue and a big event. I think this would be the time to do it. But you know what else they could do? If they really want to maybe help get people back on board, is show the Waffle House stage, right? Or the Pancake Palace or whatever the hell they want to call it. That would definitely help. That would be good. That'd be pretty funny. Everybody wants to fight in a Waffle House, okay? That'd just be some funny shit. I don't know. I think Tekken definitely needs something to show off here and to get people back, to get people excited about it again. And if they're gonna do it, this definitely would be the place. I feel like they're setting it up for that. Oh yeah, it could happen. Stranger Than Heaven. I'm gonna give 50-50 on that one. The reason I say 50-50 is because we are on the verge of Kiwami 3 coming out. And while this isn't technically a Yakuza game, it's a brand new IP. I don't know. Part of me almost wonders if they're going to have like a Yakuza game and that alongside it, it would be too much of like a similar thing. But I also feel that there's a chance that this game is still pretty early. They showed a scene of this lady singing in one of their like sizzle reels when the RGG Summit, right? And it looked cool, but it was still like they were cutting to a lot of development stuff too. I still think this game's pretty early. Like, I actually think we might not get more information about this until maybe Summer Games Fest. But I'm like 50-50. It could show some more. Do I think we'll see Dark Ties stuff? If we do, it'd be like a sizzle thing. But to me, that's not that exciting. You know, I think we've seen about as much as we need to see, you know? Oh, that's a good call. Nobody's done. Fable. Yeah, probably. Assuming that game's still coming out in 2026. Yeah, we haven't really seen much of it. So, yeah, actually, I think it's a very distinct possibility. I'm not that personally invested in Fable. I played some of, I think, both 1 and 2. It's all right. It's fun. It's kooky. And I remember they did show off like how the game looked a while back, and I remember it looking like really pretty. Like graphically, it was actually pretty impressive. But do I think it's gonna get like actually, yeah, I think this would probably be the place to show it off if it's truly gonna come out in 2026. So here's one that I would love to see, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Do we think Bloodborne is gonna come back, guys, in some way? Guys, Bloodborne is back. We're getting a remake. Ha 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 ha. No. Sorry, Max, and also myself. I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne's still my favorite FromSoft game. I think the best case scenario we had was Bluepoint working on it, and Bluepoint was working on a live service God of War game, and that got canceled. So they might be working on something on it now, or something else now. But I think that the existence of Duskbloods is almost a confirmation that Bloodborne ain't getting shit, bro. Right? Because they're like, man, we're just gonna go make our own fucking game with extraction, with extraction and hookers. I don't think we're getting anything Bloodborne. I don't think we're getting a remake or whatever for a long time now. Let's stop thinking about this for a while. For our sanity. Thanks. The Bloodstained sequel. Yeah, we saw a little bit of that. Probably, yeah. Actually, yeah. Very likely. I liked Bloodstained. I don't know if I liked it as much as like a regular Castlevania game, but it was good. It was enjoyable. But probably. I'll probably get some folks excited, but I'm personally like, it was okay. Yeah, how about this, guys? How about a new Ace Attorney? No, I'm not putting that there. I'm not even putting it on there. Like I said, we're not getting it. I don't think we're getting much more from Capcom outside of what's already been shown off. Onimusha, Pragmata, RE9. I don't think we're gonna drop a Mega Man. Mega Man's back. Ace Attorney's back. I don't think it's happening. I'm not even gonna put them on here. Oh, that's a good one. Deca Police. You remember? Level 5? Where'd it go? That game was supposed to have released like a year and a half ago. Actually, no. Actually, I think it might be up to 2 years. I swear to God, it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. It was like this. I don't know what happened. Something about, there was like discussion how like some aspects of this game were like using AI in terms of like character, like talk or something, like some of the NPCs or something. And I don't know if that just fucked up the game's production or something. Something happened to this game. I thought this game looked pretty neat, but level 5, we're seeing now more of the new Professor Layton game that only got a small teaser in the initial release, like, you know, the initial like stuff that the projects they're releasing, the initial summary where they showed off like a bunch of things, including Professor Layton, and that was just like a little teaser logo and stuff. And then Deca Police, which had a bunch of gameplay. And now we're seeing more promotion and gameplay for Professor Layton than we are Deca Police. Deca Police just disappeared. So I don't fucking know what happened, dude. Yeah, I think this game kind of got stuck in development hell. Will we see it here? I don't know, man. I really don't know. It just seems to be gone. They haven't said anything about it either. Lies of P sequel. Probably a teaser. Hell yeah. They did, to be, well, it might still be too early because we technically got that expansion this year. But I almost could see this being teased and being like, it releases in 2027. You know, I could see that. Because here's the thing. I think we're going to get a lot of stuff, guys. I think there's going to be a lot of things shown off at this Game Awards that's not going to be just for 2026, right? There's going to be stuff that's like, oh man, huge, crazy, epic game. Not coming out till 2027, because that's what always happens. So I could see this being one of those. Because you want to, like, this is like a cool place to show off your big epic story and get people excited. Oh, yes. For Brinsky, yes. That Team Ico robot game with no name. The Team Ico robot game and ain't got a fucking freaking name. Maybe we will finally get one, maybe it'll get a name. I don't know why I did that in all caps there, but yeah, I actually think that could show up here. It will still be like, the problem is that Team Ico is notorious about this, especially with the dog game. It was The Guardian or whatever. Last Guardian. That game took so fucking long. It went an entire console generation before that shit came out. They took so long to make that game. So they kind of have a history of kind of doing this. So I hope that they show something, and I hope that we at least get a name for it, because we got a teaser that didn't even have a name for the project. But I'll tell you right now, even if we do, I don't think we're getting this game till like 2028. I'm not even kidding. I think this game is gonna be, I think it's gonna be one of those games that just is just gonna show up again when it does. Control 2. Yeah. Yeah. This would definitely be the place. If that's gonna happen, bro, that would definitely be here. Control 2 would 100% be a Jeff Keighley announced here. They'd have like all the voice actors and actors show up on stage and dance around to a goofy song, and then like, you know, Control Lady will come out and she'll fucking shoot a dude in the face. It'll be great. Something, even if it's not called Control 2, I could almost see them just doing like another game in the Alan Wake universe, right? Their cinematic universe. I definitely could see this showing up here. Yeah, that actually seems plausible. Plausible, even. Wolverine, it could happen. There'll just be more gameplay. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, man. It's a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm just not necessarily a huge Marvel head. I know this game is a big deal, but I personally kind of don't care that much, to be honest. It's like the same thing I felt about Spider-Man, the Spider-Man games, right? I didn't play Spider-Man PS4 for like a long ass time. I was sort of excited for Spider-Man 2 because of the Venom stuff, because I do like Venom and I liked that arc in like the cartoon series. But I'm not like a huge Marvel guy, so I think this is cool. Don't get me wrong. I definitely would like to see what it looks like, but I'm not like losing my mind about it. You know, they definitely could show some gameplay here. Trails in the Sky second remake. Ha! I don't think it's showing up here. That game got fucking mega snubbed from any of the awards. If it actually got nominated for something, I actually would have said maybe. but it didn't even get nominated. So Jeff's like, well, like, what the fuck is that? What is this, a game for weebs? How do you expect kids to learn to play Japanese games if they don't even get a nomination? New Final Fantasy game. I don't think, no. I think we gotta get 7 out first. 7 Part 3 out before we get Final Fantasy 17. A new God of War? I don't think we are. You want to know why I don't think we're getting another God of War? Like, here, I'll put this on here. I don't think so, man. The reason why I don't think so is because they were already doing that and they canceled it. It was a live service game. And I don't know if they necessarily were having another game being made in the background. Granted, it wasn't Santa Monica that was working on it. It was Blue Point. But I kind of feel like that that live service game, which got, announced that it was canceled, within like the last year or so. I kind of feel like that was meant to tide us over until the next God of War game. So I kind of don't think we're getting this anytime soon. These games also just take fucking forever to make because they're insane. They take a shit ton of money and a ton of manpower. So I think it's going to be a while, man. And I also feel like the next game might be a rather big departure in terms of how it is. This seems pretty good. This is a pretty solid list of potential things, right? Kingdom Hearts 4, let me be wrong. I don't think it's happening, but maybe Baby Jesus, I think would be fucking awesome. Half-Life 3, it would just be a good call. Persona 6, hot no. Persona 4 Revival, I actually still think it's too early. Elder Scrolls 6, you know what? It could happen. It actually could. It could fucking just drop and then like a teaser. It still probably wouldn't come out for another like 2 years, but they might just be like, it's alive. Akami, it's not happening. It's way too early. RE9, please give me something. Give us something to make us like lose our minds about it. Silent Hill Remake, probably too early. Metal Gear Collection, I initially was like, you know what, this could happen here. And then I was like, oh wait, it's a Jeff show and he loves Kojima and it probably wouldn't show up here. Dustblood's not going to show up because it's a Nintendo thing. Intergalactic, very possible. We might actually get some gameplay this time instead of people talking. Virtual Fighter 6, please, for the love of baby Jesus, come on. The Sega IPs that were taken from the Demon Dead, maybe. Please show us this. Like, Shinobi's out, so come on. Tekken Season 3, it's fucking happening. It'll probably, hopefully, something crazy exciting. Cool cast character or something to win people back. Stranger Than Heaven, 50-50. I feel like it could definitely happen, but it also still might be too early. Fable, almost very, very fucking likely. Bloodborne, I wish, God, but it's not happening. Let's just stop thinking about this for our sanity, okay? Bloodstained sequel, probably. Yeah. Deca Police, where is it? I miss you. I thought you looked really cool. I'd like you to come back. I hope you weren't canceled. Lies of P sequel. Hell yeah, brother. That'd be cool. Probably like a teaser at most if we got anything, but I still think it wouldn't come out probably until at least like 2027. Maybe that Team Ico Robot game will fucking get a name. That'd be pretty dope. A new Control or whatever the hell they're working on that's in the Alan Wake universe. Is it Control 2? Is it something else? I'm not sure. But I could definitely see that. It would definitely be a Jeff thing to show that off here. More Wolverine gameplay? Sure, why not? A new God of War? I don't think so because of the IP. However, fuck all that. All I really care about, FF7 Part 3, you dumb bitch. It's all that matters. Except maybe KH4 too. But blah, blah, blah. This is it, man. I genuinely thought that this was actually going to get shown off in one of Sony's State of Plays. Well, we had the Japanese State of Play one. Based on how they announced that one, I kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to be there, though it sort of was. Some people were like, maybe. I actually thought it was going to be in the State of Play we had in September, I believe. It wasn't. And I sort of realized why it wasn't. The reason why it wasn't is because when they announced Part 2, they announced it during a anniversary event that Square had set up itself. A stream that was like focusing on the legacy of FF7, right? So they had it there. It was like their own setup thing. Remake was announced at a huge, massive E3 event. And when Rebirth came out, it didn't sell nearly as well as Remake. And I'm sure this time around, they are looking probably at what they did with Rebirth and trying to remedy that. I think that if they, and this is honestly smart, if they want to show off the next big finale, this is the final fucking game, bitch, for FF7, it is best to do it at an event like the Game Awards, where you have the most eyes. And to be honest, they're actually announcing, like, technically, if they'd gone by the regular timeline of what Part 2 was, they would have announced it months ago. That's why, again, I thought for sure that it was going to be in September. They were going to announce it there, but they didn't do it. That just led me to believe, okay, then, if this shit's going to happen, it's going to happen at this show. There's a chance it could. It might not. It might not. But you could tell the team wants to talk about it. I think that this really is the best place to do it, to show even some kind of teaser. And I think they'll even show probably like a cool gameplay thing, like you in the high wind or snowboarding or something. And we'll get the actual name for it. That, to me, this feels like it's the time. I feel good about this. I think this will happen. While this one I am a glass half empty on, this one I'm a glass half full. It could happen, and I really hope it does. And honestly, if this does happen, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last thing they have at the show. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a big deal. So yeah, there we go, man. These are our predictions for what we could see at the Game Awards 2025. It's exciting, man. I think that there's a lot of things we could see here. There's like, I think there's gonna be also a lot of stuff announced here that obviously we don't know about. The last few Game Awards have been pretty good in terms of just like showing us stuff that's actually pretty exciting. So I think that this one has a ton of potential and possibility. So yeah, please. If I get this one, I'll be so happy. I like, but if any of these other ones come true in some way as well, I'll also be very happy. Let's do this bitch right here.